Just clap your hands like this. This. You see the day that the Lord has made. The Lord has made. This is the day. This is the day. This is the day. Somebody saying, this is the day. This is the day. Put your hands everybody, let me hear you say it. As I look back over all the years that I made it through, and no matter how big I was, when the pain rests upon me, I could never express. But I'm so glad that I will. And the people of God say, people of God, come on, come on. One, two, three. One, two, three. Let me hear the oh. If you let me say oh. Oh, two, three.
Guys, welcome back to our YouTube channel. Today we are going to be talking about okay, so today we are going to be talking about how you can be a better aux player. I've received a few messages and comments. I'll do a lesson on how we can play. In fact, I think one of the person I could remember was Israel. Israel said him and his lead guitarist as if one day they are going to fight. Why? Because most times aux players always have clashing or have same interest with lead guitarist or saxophonist or no, I shouldn't call talking drummers. Talking drummers has to do with drummers. So talking drummer and bass players, those ones they have their fight separately. But aux players and lead guitarists most times have clashes, and you know there is always this mentality. When as of far back, like early 2007, 8, 9, 10, 11, those moments when we were just like, I know that then I was not even a piano player yet, but what the notion we used to have about aux players is that if you are, in fact we know it as backup pianist, backup keyboardist. So your work is to play pad and strings for anything. So you feel like the only person that is actually working is the lead pianist, which is actually very, 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 very wrong. So today we are going to be breaking down what are the rules of an aux player, aux pianist in the music, and we are so privileged to have the boss. In fact, this he has done opening ceremony with, oh Lord. So okay, before we even get started to this, please, if you haven't subscribed to my YouTube channel, I'll be dropping his handle in the description. Please, you see that you all see that I've been featuring him in most of my videos. He is my boss. Now for me, he's the source of everything you are saying. Like this kind of backbiting with this. So please, I'll drop his handle in the description. Please, you all subscribe to his channel. He has amazing videos, amazing lessons, and in fact I'll even drop one of the link of his video in the description, so you all could check that. So let's get started. So I want to know, sir, please, can you explain what do you think is, because you have been, like, for how long have you been an Ox player?
I can say for like 6 years, but like practically when like there's a point where okay you just know yourself, like you are okay, you are majorly backing up for someone, so I mean your hand is on the strings. That's what you just know. You are playing the strings. So I stumbled on C-Dub's video on one of the FOP tour, that's Festival of Praise with Fred Hammond. And I saw, okay, he's the aux player. He was auxing for Philip Fester, and I saw that he was not playing only strings. He was playing organ, was playing saw, was playing a bit of pad, he was playing bell, was playing synths, different kind of synths, and most of those synths he plays, they obviously have their reasons. Like some of these synths, they express emotions.
Yeah.
I don't know if they express emotion. So there's some kind of synth I can't play in a worship setting. I don't know if you understand, in a worship song. And there's some kind of synths that are very calm, that we fit in into the worship session. So I stumbled on the video and I was like, this is what they call aux. So I started scoring some of these. Like I remember one of his Father, we love you. And the way he was approaching, there's a place he will come to organ, there's a place he will go to the police saw, there's a place he will go back to the organs, there's some parts we just focus on the synth, and he will go back and be like, okay, yes, I think this is the aux. So I started watching a lot of his videos. Then I stumbled onto Jant Anderson videos too, and I was like, aux is not about playing synth. There's some people that just go for programs and the guy's on oxygen or matrix. And there's obviously a lead guitar, there's a saxophonist.
Yes.
So how do you fit into the whole thing?
Yes.
So I'll say I've been playing aux for like 3 to 2 years now, and I'm not saying I'm still learning, obviously, because more people have crazy approach to this synth thing. There's some people who won't touch synths, and they are basically on
music.
Yes, they're in the music, and they're serving as the aux player, and the main guy, the main pianist, he's not stressing at all. A main pianist can. There's a video I watched. The main pianist was only on grand piano, and you would think he patched his voice. The aux guy understood the main pianist, like he understood the music, so he was feeling it at the right time, not when he will run synth. That's maybe when you have to understand the music. That's just you have to understand the music. And aux player out there is not about synth. It's not what are you really for?
So basically, I think being an aux player, or in fact, our role in music is to add colors to the music.
Yeah.
You understand? So, you being a piano player, your role is to keep the music balanced. Yes. Aux player, you are not supposed to now do something. So, like when I'm saying so differently now, what I mean is, you are playing outside what's the music. Every music has music has a language. You understand? The same what you will play while you're playing reggae is different from what you play while doing R&B. So you can't interchange your stops for R&B because you feel like that because of your nonsense feeling. Because it's nonsense feeling. What you should know is, what does this music need at this time? There are times that the lead pianist rather would be on E piano strictly. that is what the music needs. Most times when you are playing some kind sort of R&Bs where you just need that soul, new soul vibes and all that. That's it. That's what the music needs. At that point in time, you as an aux player, you should know the sounds that you should use. You have a lead guitarist that is a solo instrument most of the times, regardless of the fact that he plays. The lead guitarist can also play chord. We'll come back to that one in another video. But lead guitarist, you should also know where you are in the music. It's not because they say you call you lead guitarist, you think your work is to be leading the music with solo. You pick song from beginning to end, you solo everything. No, 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 no.
Solo mode.
So now we are going to be breaking down some of the sounds we are using montage 8 board. So if you are lucky to have a montage 8 board, then I think you already have 50% expo of the kind of sounds we use. And also, one thing you should know is this whole thing has to do with preference. Do you understand? Yes. So we don't, if it's telling you that this is this kind of sound you use, this one, that one, that one, don't mean that there are no other sounds that can still fit in. So they're just giving you so you can go and explore. So we are going to like just break. But even if you are not using the montage 8, if you are using PSR, you are using Roland, you are using, all you just need to know is know the idea behind the aux playing, what happens, like what it's all about, and then you can incorporate it to any board you are playing. Even though you are playing 2-note keyboard. So boss, I want you to just do a little a kind of a breakdown on sounds you can use.
Well, for calm and worship songs, it depends. Yeah, it depends. Like I said, there are kind of worship song, like the elevation kind of worship song. Like you don't need much synth. Yeah, their music is very straight and they need a lot of pad. Yeah, they need a lot of pad, atmosphere pad. There are a lot of pads here. I mean, there's this pad we discovered lately. It's called, is it the trance, right?
Trance, Abby.
Yeah. Where is it? So, trance MW. So imagine having this kind of pad in a worship setting. Do you get?
Woo!
So imagine having this kind of pad and your main pianist is just on piano and you guys are creating
We
an
are creating
atmosphere
an
already.
yes.
You understand? Then you could add your strings. At least it gives it that a bit high frequency, you know. So imagine having something like this. So you're creating an atmosphere already. Then, like, so okay, you could be heading a gig and you obviously have a lot of boards because I mean, as an aux pianist, to be very honest, having one board will limit you.
Yeah.
That's it. You can't even argue this one. Having one board will limit you because there are some gigs I've played that I had to request for like 3 boards. So I had the motive, I had the cork tritone. Is it cork tritone or no? A cork chronos, the small chronos.
Yeah.
Then I had one PSR. So I made sure that I was playing because the motive has a lot of their synths are very fat, like very very fat. Like this one, you can see this one. Sorry, you can see this one. So I had this fat synth here. I had my solo synth on the chronos, and I used some pad on the PSR. Like I used atmosphere pad. I used VP soft. I used analog. Then I added some bells. Sometimes I switch, but it makes it easier when you have a lot of boards. Like you know that you're having an organ here. Then once you want to hit the bell to make sure those syncopations are like in the worship song, they don't use bell in praise. To make sure those syncopations are well spelled out. Yeah. So use the bell to have most of those, and you could come back to your organ, while playing your organ. Maybe you want to, maybe the worship session is switching to a calm, switching like, let's say the worship, okay, you guys are rising, you could use the organ, yeah, like, so at least this is the point where we know that, okay, yes, the lead guitar is soloing. You're an aux player, don't solo with the lead guitarist. You can't have two people soloing. It will be very rowdy.
Yeah.
You understand? So you could stay on the organ, or you could stay on the organ and poly synth, probably with your background strings. So something like that. Then you could use those bells for like little like places that could just like you could use to spell out the syncopations. Then maybe have your synth on one side, and maybe just once in a while you run your your whatever you want to. Yeah, so when you have a lead guitarist, you have a saxophonist with you should make sure you don't do a lot of runs, a lot of scales and all of that. Yeah, because it's to make the music very, very rowdy and very, very busy, too busy. I mean, you have two solo instruments. Of course, it will be busy. I mean, this topic is long, of course. So we are going to have
Very, very
series
long, yes.
and series and series, and I'm going to be sharing with you the patches, the voices I use for my aux. Yeah. So basically we obviously I could, because most of the stuff I use are from montage, and I know other voices that are on Korg, I know other voices that are on the PSR, and I can tell you about them. I could tell you voices that are close to what I use on
Yeah.
my. You understand? So let's assume we are playing this song. So he's obviously playing an E piano, right? So I could come in with a string.
Bread of life sent down from God. Y'all can say it. Many things you were on earth.
So I could come with an organ.
A carpenter. You bread of living.
So I go back to my strings.
Many things you
Organ now.
You are no some ruler. And already God with us.
Synth now. Back to my string.
That's why we go.
Organ. Okay, this movements of voices to voices will be seamless when I have other boards.
Numerous boards.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So like this is you just because this music now obviously don't have a lot. It just has it has an E piano, a bass, and a drum. So it's obviously we have a lead guitarist, but he's not doing much. So I'm just trying to like fill in. Okay, we have the strings like accompanying the main pianist. Then to make it spicy, we'll just add maybe a quick organ run, something like then go back to your strings, play. Then when you notice there's a little space you can fill in. And again, if you do not have a synergy, or you don't sync with the band, or maybe let's say it's the first time you are playing with them, observe them for some minutes and yes, this bass is he keeps groove. You know there are some basses you meet, you know that there's a lot of run they are doing. Okay, you assume you notice that this bassist keep the groove, like he locks the groove, and the lead guitarist obviously is locking the groove also. But you know that yes, you can come in one after the other. You can come in once, maybe your synth, your organ, and all of that. So there's a lot to say. There's a lot to say. So I'll still explain a lot of this in the next video. Like we'll still have.
Yeah, we're definitely going to have another session.
Yeah, we're definitely having another session for this.
Yes, and then in that session, you all stay tuned. We're definitely going to break down some of the sounds you can use depending on the genre of music you are working on. and all. There's a whole lot about being an aux player. It's a whole lot of responsibility.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you have to be very fast. You have to think fast. You have to be smart.
Yeah, you have to think fast. You have to be creative.
Creative at the same
You have
time.
to be creative. So, like, let me just give one example. Let's say you want to do, you understand? But there's a lot of space in between these. So you can do,
Yeah.
so that's, or you could do, sorry. So, like, you have to be creative. If, as an aux player, you have to be creative. I mean, if you are, if there's a syncopation or there's a run, or your keyboardist say, okay, yes, let's do T mi la 736. At least you should know something. We are going to talk about this in the next video.
Yeah.
How to approach movements, how to approach some of these movements he has obviously taught us. So yeah, in our next video, obviously we are going to be talking about how to accompany your band as an aux player, how to accompany your main pianist on most of his movements, like all of those 736, 251. I mean, it can't be boring when there's an aux player.
Yeah.
You understand? It can't be boring. The pianist might not want to do much because he wants to hold the chord and all of that. Yeah, but there's an aux player. I mean, you have to be creative about that. You have to have a lot of runs in your head. You understand? So as to express and to, like, to beautifully express those progressions and those movements. So definitely there will be a next videos, and this might be a series.
Honestly, it has to. Thank you for staying to the end. We're definitely going to be dropping lessons on being an aux player. It's a very, very crucial issue. Very crucial. So, you stay tuned for the next episode of this video. And also, don't forget to subscribe to our channel. I'm going to drop, like I said, I'm going to drop his handle on the description below. So, check that out, please. Thank you. God bless you. Cheers.